Imagine waking up to hundreds of notifications. Friends, family, co-workers, even strangers. And all of them have just seen something they were never meant to see, your wife's darkest, dirtiest secret. That's exactly what happened when my friend Bob decided he'd had enough of betrayal and chose revenge that no one could ever forget. If you've ever dreamed of seeing cheaters get exactly what they deserve, hit that like button, subscribe, and stick around, because this is one of the wildest, most brutal revenge stories you'll ever hear. Bob wasn't just any guy. He was the kind of man who noticed the small things, the little lies people told, the subtle shifts in body language. As an IT professional, he lived in a world where details mattered. But no matter how sharp you are with computers, nothing prepares you for the gut punch of realizing your own wife might be betraying you. It started small. A few years back, one of her closest friends had been caught cheating, and instead of owning up, she tried to drag Bob's wife down with her. Bob never got hard evidence, just whispers, and in the end, things seemed to settle. Or maybe he just wanted to believe they had. But betrayal has a way of leaving cracks, and those cracks only widen with time. Fast forward nearly a year. His wife attends a high school reunion. She comes home, different, shadier, guarded with her phone, laughing a little too hard at late-night texts. Bob's gut screamed at him that something was wrong. One night, frustrated, he joked with me over a beer, "Maybe I should just install a keylogger and see what's really going on." I laughed it off, but the look in his eyes told me he wasn't entirely joking. Still, he made me promise one thing: don't tell anyone, not even your wife. I agreed. And then, silence. 4 months. Until one morning, around 5:30, I was getting ready for work when my phone buzzed. A Facebook Messenger notification, from Bob. But it wasn't just me. It was a group chat. Dozens, maybe hundreds of people. Friends, family, co-workers, even people I didn't recognize. And in the middle of it all, a single link. At first, I thought it was a phishing scam. Bob was too careful, too smart to be this reckless. But then an email came. From him. Same link. This time with ominous words attached, dripping with venom. And the recipients list? His wife's family. Her employer. His own parents. Mutual friends. Even strangers. That's when I knew it was real. I hesitated, then clicked. The website was crude, hastily thrown together, but devastating. Page after page of screenshots. Video captures. Weeks, maybe months of conversations and images between Bob's wife and her lover. This wasn't speculation anymore. This was proof. Her face. Her voice. Videos of her alone, pleasuring herself for him. Videos of them together. Chat logs where they laughed about Bob, mocking him, tearing him down. And the part that cut deepest, her comparing her lover to Bob, bragging about how much bigger, better, and more satisfying he was. Bob hadn't just caught her. He'd destroyed her privacy and broadcast it to everyone who mattered in her life. I called him immediately. He answered, his voice slurred. He'd been up all night, drinking, raging, building this digital monument to betrayal. "Bob, you have to take this down," I begged. "You're nuking your whole life. Your kids, your career. It's not worth it." For a moment, he softened. I could hear the pain breaking through the anger. The sobs. The years of trust crumbling into ash. He agreed to log in and take the site down. But then, chaos. In the background, his wife burst into the room, shrieking, panicked. Her phone had exploded with calls. Her mother, her sister, everyone had seen the site. She went on the attack, screaming, while Bob fired back, calling her names I won't repeat here. I stayed on the line as long as I could, but the call cut out in the middle of the storm. The site stayed up the rest of the day. Hundreds of people clicked through. The counter at the bottom ticked higher and higher, each number another nail in the coffin of their marriage. Bob had been meticulous. The keylogger he'd installed didn't just capture keystrokes. It recorded the entire screen. Every time she logged into Facebook, every time she messaged her boyfriend, every photo, every dirty video, it was all there. And Bob hadn't just stopped with her. He found the lover. His family. His wife. His job. Everyone connected. And he made sure they all got the link too. In one night, Bob burned it all down. I don't know exactly what happened to the lovers' marriage. But I do know what happened to Bob. His wife begged him to take her back. She offered everything: apologies, promises, even desperation. But in the end, it wasn't the videos, or the cheating, or even the humiliation that broke him. It was her words. Her comparison. The way she had belittled him to make her lover feel bigger. That wound never healed. He tried to forgive. He tried to rebuild. But every time he looked at her, he heard those words. And eventually, it was too much. Bob left her. He cut ties with almost everyone, even friends like me. He gained weight, grew bitter, and vanished into a new city. By the time he disappeared, he was a shadow of the man he had once been. As for her, karma wasn't kind. Last I heard, she'd aged badly, the years of scandal etched into her face. But that's not really the point. Because this wasn't just about exposing a cheater. This was about what betrayal does to a person. How it eats them alive. And how sometimes, revenge doesn't heal the wound, it just makes sure everyone else feels the burn too. The moment hundreds of people saw her secret life unfold on their screens, the shame, the panic, the utter collapse of her double life, that was Bob's revenge. He didn't just catch her cheating. He made sure she would never, ever escape the consequences. Revenge is powerful, but it comes with a cost. Bob proved that cheaters can't hide forever, but in the process, he burned his own future too. So maybe the real lesson here is this: betrayal destroys more than just trust, it destroys people. If this story gave you chills, smash that like button and tell us in the comments. What's the most satisfying revenge you've ever seen? And of course, subscribe to the Payback Room for more stories that prove karma always catches up. Until next time, stay sharp, stay strong, and never underestimate the power of truth.